the remake of the original film. We are going to watch. We're going to have some fun. First time doing the commentary on this. Started early, get it done. I was going to start it at around 12, but something came up, so we're doing it. And this is the only live stream commentary I'm doing for today. So if you guys like, pull up some, pull up a beverage, pull up a snack. I do have to say I can never guarantee set times for when I do these live streams or my videos. It's just one of those things that I can never do. I know some people out there that are able to do that, but unfortunately I can't. I'm not one of those types of people that can. I do a lot of stuff, outside of work, kayaking, hitchhiking, all that stuff, so I can never really put a set time in any of that. I hope I'm actually coming okay across there. Yeah, it's during the daytime. So without further ado, let's have some fun. I love how this opening scene, it shows black and white, like a VHS old reel footage of the police, crime scene, bodies laying out, stuff like that. When I first saw that, I was wondering about it. Is this going to be like a carbon copy of the original film from 1974? And shockingly enough, it wasn't. It's its own thing. This is not the Sawyers. This is the Hewitt family. So, the thing is, when they did the prequel to this one here, I saw both this, the remake, and the prequel, which is the beginning, in theater back in the day. I was 18 years old when this movie here came out, the remake came out, and then I was in my early 20s. I think I was like 21 or 22 when the beginning came out. I am 40 now, going to be 41 here on Tuesday. June 10th is my birthday. So if you had to ask me between the two, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 versus the beginning, the prequel to this, which do I think is better? I mean, they're both good, but I prefer this over the prequel by far. Now I know that Arrow Video has got pre-orders up for this movie and the beginning on 4K that comes out near the end of August. I haven't really decided if I'm going to get those. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Great thing about Arrow, when you put a pre-order in, which I bought the Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X on 4K, they don't take the money out until the movies come in their warehouse, which is great, which I love. And this scene here kind of reminds me of the final chapter when they're swinging on the rope into the lake there, and a couple of them are on the inner tubes and stuff like that. You got Jessica Biel, who's well known. I remember her from the TV show Seventh Heaven. That's where I mainly know her from. Great looking woman too. She's, I think, actually a couple of years older than I am. You got Eric Balfour. You got Mike Vogel. I don't know who the guy is. It's with the glasses. I don't know. I haven't really seen him in much of anything. I didn't notice, but there was the original actor that was playing Leatherface, Brett Wagner. I could have had an opportunity to meet him at, I believe it was Flashback Weekend one year. He had to be recast, and it's kind of sad because I believe something about heat stroke he had, and then I think he might have pulled his back out or something. And then they didn't want to wait for him, so they ended up with Andrew Bernardsky. And I heard Andrew Bernardsky. I heard some not so good things. I'm not going to get into that, but I've heard some not so good things. But I did hear that him say that he was the best Leatherface of all time, and I'm like, that's really a bitch slap to Gunnar Hansen, the original Leatherface, who is no longer with us. But if I was in that position playing Leatherface or in that kind of character like Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers, I wouldn't go ahead and say, hey, I'm the best one, I'm better than those other guys. I'm right up there with the other guys that played this character before me. Stuff like that. It's I don't know. Andrew Bernardsky has some type of ego problem or not, I don't know. But they did get one scene in here with the original Leatherface, Brett Wagner, and it's the Eric Eric Balfour kill. Who Eric Balfour, he plays Kemper in the film. So I kind of like it. It kind of resembles a little bit of the original film, a little bit here. I mean, instead of picking up the hitchhiker, they pick up this girl, who was one of the surviving survivors from one of the previous onslaughts, what I call with the Hewitt family. So, you know, I would have been really interested if they would have done like a prequel of this girl that they're going to be picking up, because they did a prequel with Jordan Brewster and, you know, that cast there in the beginning. But I think this is one of the best remakes. This one and Friday the 13th, because Marcus Snippel, who directed this, did, you know, Friday the 13th from 2009. I think these two were probably the biggest two remakes when they came out. I mean, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake was terrible. But I really like this one. You know, if I had to pick, I like the original film. You know, I did see I saw the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre film for its 50th anniversary right down the road from my house at the theater when they were showing it for the 50th anniversary in October. So I'm really interested to see what they're going to be playing this October, whether it be a 45th anniversary of Friday the 13th or the 40th anniversary of the original Nightmare on Elm Street, which I would really dig to see one of those two in theater. So I'm really excited to see what, you know, if the theater down the road from me has one of those two films this year playing in October. The only difference about this film here versus the original is you don't have a crazy cook, which was James Sido's character from the original film. You know, he was also in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 from '86. Instead, they go with a character that's playing a sheriff called Sheriff Hoyt, who is played by R. Lee Emery, who was a real-life Marine drill sergeant, and he pretty much steals the show in this and in the beginning, the prequel, the beginning. To me, I mean, he was more of a character more than Leatherface was in these films here, because you got more of Ari Emmy than he had Andrew Bernarski. See, like this scene here, they pick her up. So this is supposed to be a reimaging of the hitchhiker from the first film, but it's not. It's not a hitchhiker. It's I'm gonna say a victim, but a survivor at the same time. But the sad thing is, she does end up taking her own life inside the van. But I do like how they got it set up where it's 1973, because that's when the events of the original film took place, was in 1973. I'm not a aficionado when it comes to Texas Chainsaw, because I like this one. I like Texas Chainsaw 3, which is Leatherface Texas Chainsaw 3, and then of course you have the original. I do like the one that came out just called Texas Chainsaw, the 3 one with Daniel Yeager that played Leatherface. I thought that was a pretty cool one. That was actually supposed to be the first direct. That's the second direct sequel to the original film. I think the one that was for Netflix that came out a couple years ago, I thought that was a pretty cool one. But I guess they're in talks of doing another Texas Chainsaw Massacre, from what I heard, but who knows when that's going to happen. But I mean, I really liked it. I really like this because, you know, I find Artie Emery's character of Sheriff Hoyt to be more disturbing than Leatherface in this. You know, I mean, you can tell that he came from a Marine. He was a Marine drill sergeant. Just the way he talks in this and everything, man, it's unreal. And you can tell. I mean, you can usually tell with some people if something's not right, something's off with them. So, she's going to go ahead nuts. This girl they picked up is going nuts, ape shit, because they're going the wrong way. They're going back to where she was walking from, so she was walking away from it, and they're going right back through where she was coming from before they picked her up. And I believe Mike Vogel's character is supposed to play the supposed to be a reimagining of the character of Kirk in the original film, and then his girlfriend is supposed to be the reincarnation of Pam, a reimaging of Pam. And of course, you got Eric Balfour's character is supposed to be a reimaging of Jerry, and then Jessica Biel's character of Erin is supposed to be a reimaging of Sally Hardesty. Oh, but the thing is, another difference is we don't get a brother in a wheelchair, so we don't have a brother here. And that was wicked. She just took the gun in her mouth and just blew herself away. I would think that the guy, the dude with the glasses with him, he took the place of Franklin, the guy in the wheelchair, because Franklin and Sally were brother and sister, so we don't get a brother and sister dynamic in this film here, but we do get a brother and brother dynamic in the beginning. In that film, the prequel to this. But I really like the setting of it. I really like that. You know, I mean, you look at it, it's out in the middle of nowhere. They're out here after she, kills herself with this gun. And they're off, like under a tree here, like a field and stuff. You know, the house, the Hewitt house in this, is, to me, is kind of controversial a little bit to me. And I'm going to tell you why. When we get there, but it is so controversial. I will tell you why, because it's something to do with history. And I'll tell you what it resembles too when we get to that point. But I mean, these guys are just trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do. They got a body in the back. They got a body in the van here. The one guy with the glasses is just going batshit crazy. They were on their way to a Leonard Skinner concert, but they were actually going to pick up marijuana. Very, very. You can tell it was set in the 70s. I mean, they tried to get as close as the 70s as they possibly could. I should go on YouTube later on tonight to see about the filming locations of this place and just see shot by shot. It'd be really cool. Just to see what the locations look like today. Because I believe the Hewitt house is actually a real home. It's a mess, man. I mean, blood everywhere. I wouldn't want to get back in that van and driving around. People are thinking, man, what the hell's wrong? Of course they are driving around. They have to get to their location. They have to get to another location. I often wondered what it's like when does a dead body smell after they do that to themselves? If there's somebody actually did that, blow themselves away. I mean, does it actually smell? I've wondered about that. I don't think I want to know. Hopefully I never find that out. Hopefully I don't know anybody that does that kind of shit. You just never know. But yeah, they're all dazed and confused. You can tell that they're all in shock. I think this movie would have been even better if they would have had like the crazy cook in it. I think it would have been just a little bit better if they would have made it like maybe a little bit closer to the original as possible. I think what they could have done, they could have kept it the Sawyer family, which would have been better. I don't know what the whole idea was, why they didn't have it the Sawyer family, and they just did it with the Hewitt family. I don't know why they went down that route with any of that, but it is what it is. I guess the old lady takes place of the cook here. I remember in the featurettes, I know Arlie Emmett was saying that I think it's this older lady here. Uh, when she was back in her heyday, her younger days, she looked just as good as Marilyn Monroe. She was actually running against Marilyn Monroe for, I don't know, what the beauty pageant or whatever the hell it was. I'm not really sure, but it's hard to believe, and how we change when we get older. I'm getting older myself, and it's hard to believe when you look at pictures of when you were younger and how much different you're looking and stuff. Of course, I work at a nursing home, and I see old people all the time, 5 days a week, and then you see, you go in their rooms sometimes, and you see younger pictures of them with their husbands when they first got married, and, they don't look the same because they're younger, and you look at them now, they don't look the same. It's amazing how our appearance changes, but yeah, they said this woman here, back in her heyday, when she was really young, she was really hot looking. I mean, I work with some hot mamas at work, but man, I'm wondering what they're going to look like when they get older. For the longest time, I saw Private Touching Part 9, I thought this lady right here was the old lady in the 2009 Friday the 13th. Young man, what you do in your own is your own business, which is true. They did get a little bit of the gas station barbecue place a little bit looking like the original one from the original film. There are a lot of differences between this one and the remake. I mean, I know it's like you don't got the guy washing the windows. You don't got the Jim Saito crazy cook character from the original film. You don't have Franklin character in this. You don't have a brother and sister dynamic here in this one. You don't have the Sawyers. It's the Hewitts, not the Sawyers, which I think is kind of weird. But when you do a 2009 remake of Friday the 13th, you kept the Pamela Voorhees and Jason Voorhees the same. Of course, I think that there was a reason why you had to do it that way, or else it wouldn't be called really Friday the 13th. But, I think this shot here, they're all riding through basically an off the path road in the trees and stuff like that. Branches are hitting the windows. Oh, they go over a freaking log right there. And some of these scenes I like. I mean, these outdoor scenes are really beautiful, really well done. Even that, like that barn thing that they're pulling up towards is really, really cool. It's almost like a deserted town that they're, in. Because when they get in the original film, I know a lot of you guys, a lot of you hardcore aficionados are probably would know that this building where they just pulled up at is supposed to be a substitute for the Hardesty home, the home that they go in the original film, and then that's when they all start traveling off and they find the Sawyer house and stuff like that, and all that crazy shit that's inside there. But we don't get any of that in this film. We don't get like skeletal remains, a lot of that. We don't get a lot of that. Only like in the basement, in like Leatherface's basement, his domain, where he does all of his all of his nasty, stuff that he does down there. I mean, you'll see bodies, you'll see skeletons a little bit, but not like what you saw in the original film, where it was all out throughout the entire house. You don't even the thing with this movie too is you don't get the dinner scene. You know, you don't get the dinner scene. You don't get the dinner scene. The dinner scene doesn't come until like the beginning. But then again, too, they don't got a grandfather either in this one. That's practically halfway dead, but he's still alive, and then they're taking the hammer and trying to whack the female character. We don't get that in this one. I believe I'll have to go back and watch the beginning, but I think we might get a scene similar to that in that. I know we have a dinner scene in that one, but not in this one here, which I thought was kind of weird. Because when you expect a remake, you expect a remake to be a re-imaging of the original film, which this one had a lot of different things switched around so that wasn't even in it. Like these parts here, these weren't even in the original. They'd all go one by one and travel off, and then they end up disappearing because Leatherface gets them. I remember back when this movie was coming out, when they were in production with it, they showed a picture of it was in this warehouse here. They showed a picture of Jessica Biel. There's a scene of her in this warehouse. They showed of her, and I'm like, man, I can't wait for this thing. It was on comingsoon.net. I don't know if that website's even still up, but they showed one picture of her, and it's in this warehouse here, which I thought was really, really cool. I would have loved for them to do a sequel to this, but they never did. But not to be confused, the beginning is a prequel to this one. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind if you haven't seen any of these. If you've never seen any of these Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be in for one wild ride because the whole timeline is all messed up. It's, to me, there's only three of them that I really liked, and the rest can go down the drain. The worst one of them all was Generation. I finally saw that last year, and it was, oh god, nerve-wracking. It was terrible, and that's the one with Matthew McConaughey. It's one of his very first films, and Renee Zellweger. That was one of her very first films there. I've heard stories the two of them didn't really want that movie to be released, but they eventually did. Part 2 with Caroline Williams and Bill Moseley. It's alright. I didn't really care for it. God, man, that kid's all messed up. Kind of reminds me of a young Jason Voorhees. Huh. You press something, and he jumped in and say what he jumped from. That guy. This is the old Crawford Mill, right? And they never really explain about this kid. Because he wasn't in the beginning. Or TCM in the beginning. Let's not make it get too. I'm not going to get too confused for you guys. Beginning of what? I'll say TCM the beginning. This kid wasn't in TCM the beginning. But this kid here is not one of the bad kids. He's not one of the bad. He is a I think he is a family member, but he's not one of the bad ones. And the thing that was kind of weird about Texas Chainsaw 3D is when Alexander Daddario's character, when she goes to that house that inherited from her grandmother, um, it's just really, really weird. Because you look in the picture of the Sawyer women, and they all look normal. They look like hot mamas, man. It looks like they can be like supermodels. They look like ordinary women, you know. But the scene that's coming up where Kemper and Aaron are going. I love how the lighting through the trees were going. The little like ray of light was coming through. That was pretty impressive how Marcus Snipple did that. Caught that on film. Kids running off. I gotta show him running. Yeah, he's running like hell. All right, here we're at the Hewitt house. Now, what's so controversial about it is it looks like a plantation house. I kid you not. I kid you not. If you guys don't know what a plantation house is, it's one of those houses they used where they had slaves back in the day. That's what this looks like. I kid you not. And I believe it's a real home, too. That's one thing I thought was kind of disturbing about that film. Oh, they're using a plantation house for the Hewitt residency. And anybody that knows what a plantation house is, it's, where, slaves were at. Plantation back in, when they were brought over for slaves, which is very disturbing. And like I said, one thing you need to know about me, guys, is I do not like any form of discrimination or racism at all. I think it's disgusting. But that has nothing to do with the film. But it's it's just, I was kind of shocked that they would use a plantation house if that's what this really is, because it looks just like one on the outside. Now we do get a guy in the military here, Monty. He doesn't. I think he's supposed to. That might be going a little too far off. Maybe resembling as the grandfather character, but I don't know. I got three of these. I got two other Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies here on the Fandango. I got this, of course, this one here. I got Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, and then I got Texas Chainsaw 3D. Those are the only three I have. It's such a good film, man. It really is. And I think Marcus Snipple is retired from directing, but here comes Arlie Emery, and man, this guy is pretty much the star of this entire film. And you know something's up by looking at him. He's one person you do not want to fuck with. I'll tell you that. I mean, he's got that, and you can tell he displays the Marine drill sergeant background really well in this one and in TCM the beginning. Really well. And they say, man, when you come out of the Marines, you're considered a 100% fucking badass. And that's exactly what he is. I put my money in it, I love that saying when he said that. I missed it. It's like I was just talking on the camera. But yeah. But yeah, he's gone too. He passed away quite a few years ago, Arlie Emery. He had that one show where he would do stuff with like guns and stuff. Like test shoots and stuff on it. I think you can find a couple of those episodes on YouTube. If you had to ask me who my favorite character was besides Aaron, I'd probably say Arlie Emery. I mean, just the way he was in this. if I had to rate who was the best who was the best Leatherface out of all of them, you know, you can't take anything away with Gunnar Hansen. Gunnar Hansen is is the best one. I agree on that one, but you can't really go wrong. And I love Leatherface TCM Leatherface TCM 3. I love what R.A. Mihailoff did with that character, and then he had Keen Hodder double form in a couple scenes in that. And then you have Dan Anger in Texas Chainsaw 3D. I don't know who. I can't remember the guy that played him in the Netflix movie. Then you had Bill Johnson in the original sequel to the original film, which was TCM 2 from '86. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to get Andrew Bernardsky. I would say Gunnar Hansen, my number one favorite. I would say R.A. Mihailoff is my number two, and then Bernardsky is my number three. You got pigs inside of a den area inside the house. Man, that house has got to smell really bad. There's Leatherface's sewing station. Oh man, you know something bad's gonna happen here. You know it's coming. I remember seeing this in the theater. I'm like, oh man, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is the only time you get to see Brett Wagner as Leatherface. So Brett Wagner did the Kemper kill, which is the Eric Bulford's character. So you do get to see that. Because this right here is not going to be that right there is not Bernardsky. It's Brett Wagner. And man, I wish Brett Wagner. I wish they would have waited until Brett got better, because that would have been epic. And I don't know why they didn't ask Brett to come back for the beginning. That would have been cool. I don't know why they didn't do it that way, but it's a shame. Now you know there's something off, guys. You should stand there. What cop is getting ready to saran wrap this girl's face and has one of these guys calls this guy, give me a hand here, asshole. What cop says that to somebody? If you know there's something up, I knew right away there was something wrong. There's no way a cop says shit like that and then they're gonna saran wrap a damn body. Come on. You know there's something not right. Because we do find out that he's not really Sheriff Hoyt in the beginning. He killed the real Sheriff Hoyt. He's using his identity with that uniform and stuff. You know, I've thought about getting like a tattoo and stuff, but then again, until you look at it, like an Artie Emmerich tattoo right there, it's faded. I know quite a few people I work with, got a couple family members that have tattoos and stuff. Like I said, when you get older too, your skin wrinkles and stuff, and then it doesn't look right. And then, too, if you don't have them touched up, then they fade and stuff like that. I remember like Artie Emmerich here. I mean, I can't even tell what the hell his tattoo even is on his forearm right there. But there's definitely somebody looking at that peephole right there, that Erin right here. She's looking in, she can't see anything, but there's somebody watching her. And I think we already know who that somebody is. It's Leatherface. I love when that guy gets mad when Mike Vogel and Mike Vogel and Aaron go back over there, and he what the hell are you doing in my house? That's how I'd be. Yeah, that is. The one thing that's very scary about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films is the family, Leatherface. Leatherface is something, but the family members are scary. And this is another thing that's I think is more scary because this is based in reality pretty much because uh, we've got real life monsters out there like this guy here, like the Sheriff Hoyt character out there. You know, I think that's what makes a movie like this even scarier. Well, any horror movie can be scary. It's not what you make it. And the Friday the 13th films aren't that scary. I think the only time that was really scary was, Ted White as Jason in Friday the 13th Part 4. Michael definitely, still to this day, Halloween 4 gives me goosebumps every time I see that film, especially like in the night scenes with Michael, stuff like that when he's in the uh, Meeker house, sitting in that chair. You think you think it's Deputy Logan, and it's not. I love the light coming through the trees right there. Here we're in his dungeon, Leatherface's basement. You see ears, you see all different types of body parts. This character was based off the Ed Gein character. The Ed Gein person that he was a real life killer. I think it was in Wisconsin, I believe. I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's gonna get ready to do this shit with. There's a head right there. He's gonna get ready to take care of some business here with Kemper. Kemper's already dead. Man, look at all that blood. Look at all that stuff, man. Yeah, all that stuff stained. You're not gonna be able to get all that stuff out, guys. Man. I know off the top of it, I know my one brother. He used to work security at a hospital, and he would tell us stories of stuff that he would like escort corners with dead bodies and stuff. He's seen some pretty horrible stuff with that. Bodies mutilated and shit like that. I couldn't even imagine, man, seeing that shit in real life. But yeah, that is so weird, man. You got a horn, you got a stick to a horn, and they find this jar, and in this jar is a photo, and it's a photo of the girl they picked up along the side of the road earlier. I'm just kind of wondering, I wish they would have made a prequel of that too, because it would have been really neat to see how that went down. I like the practical joke people myself. I mean, this guy right here is going to go ahead and do something when he puts his hand inside this car and he acts like something's pulling him in. And then their reaction. Yeah, it's a the girl right there? Is that the girl from? Oh, is that the girl from? Yeah, and that's her family. They did something, and there's the little boy. They're probably. Yeah, it's fucking weird. I agree. I'm just reading some of that dialogue off the screen with the closed caption on. Yeah, it's fucking weird. I gotta tell you. God, man, they don't make movies like they do. I can't wait for this new. I know what you did last summer. This July. July is stacked with films. Man, you got I know what you did last summer. The new one. You got Fantastic Four. You got Superman, and you got that Jurassic World Rebirth. That's four movies and four of the biggest movies in 1 month. It's gonna be a rumble in July. Yeah, here we go. What he's doing with Kemper now. And this is a really cool scene. I love Leatherface's mask right here. He doesn't really get a mask in the prequel until like almost near the end when he takes the one guy's face off, carves it off. But he's gonna carve Kemper's face and wear it. And it's the only time you see a different mask on him. You don't get the pre-woman Leatherface in this. You don't get the old lady Leatherface in this. It's just one Leatherface, guys. You get the current mask that he has, and then of course the Kemper mask, which he wears only in one scene, and then that's it. I'll tell you when that scene hit, man, I was like, man, that is so messed up. You're gonna wear the face of Ern's boyfriend on you to show up at where the band's at and really get her, just psych her out. I thought that was really, really cool. Oh, here we go. The old man's gonna come out in his wheelchair. He says, "What the hell are you doing in my house?" She's out there talking to him, but he's gonna go in there. Man, that place has got a smell in there. It's all old, looks all run down. Oh man, he's in the kitchen area now. They got meat and everything hanging on the ceilings and shit. Look at all this. I've seen it before. I'm just entertaining. I mean, just being entertaining with this stuff. You got what, a chicken in there. Leatherface is looking around in a peephole like Norman Bates did in the Psycho films. Uh, that's skin. That's human skin, I think. Some of it. Yeah, pigs inside of a house. Man, that is nasty, boy. I can smell. I can imagine what the odor's like. Yeah, me too. I mean, you got stuff in there that's open in containers, open containers. Oh man, it's nasty. These are some sick people. These are some very sick people. Here we go. Here we go. The old man's going to come in his wheelchair and he's going to tell him, "What the hell are you doing in my house?" Then we'll be out. You ain't running things, boy, except your mouth. You little turd. You're so dead you don't even know it. Oh, that's a threat right there. You know something's coming because he's going like that with his cane. He's gonna. It's like a button combination mechanism on the floor, and he's letting Leatherface know. And there we are. I do like how he opened that door, though, man. And now this is Andrew Bernardsky now. It's not Brett Wagner. tire iron, that X tire iron, he's blocking with the machete, or not the machete, but the chainsaw blocking that. Man, I tell you. Oh, here we go. Oh, cuts right through the door. Oh, man. I'd be running like hell, man. Keep running straight. Keep running straight. Shit. I mean, those sheets really got him. But, oh. Oh, he runs right past Leatherface, and Leatherface gets him and cuts off one of his limbs. Cuts off his leg. Part of it. Yeah, it's over for this guy. I mean, this guy's through. This guy's finished. He does live long enough. I mean, and then he has he has earned. Tell him, kill me, put me out of my misery. It happens later on in the film. Think I want to be in there with a missing limb and then freaking hanging up, being ready to get my face carved off and. Yeah, the Hewitt residence. All the fun stuff at night starts to happen. And the thing I like about this film too, it happens all in one night, just like all in one day, just like the original film, which is really really cool. But it ain't starting. It's not starting. If I were them, this is what I would do, guys. I would walk on foot together. Because they don't even know that Sheriff White is one of them. They know something's off, but they're going to find out really quick here that he is. The way he looks at it. You kids taking drugs? No. It's not our band. I smell bullshit. Yeah, you can tell. Get out of the van. Out. I wondered if he was ever married in real life, Ari Emery. I mean, I wonder what his wife was like. Oh, I feel sorry for this guy right here, man. And there's nothing you could even do. You can't even move. And you got this monster just manhandling him, and he's going to hook him up on these hooks. Some type of salt he puts on that cut right there. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. And I heard that they all went and tripped out or something. I thought because the meat factory shut down. Now, I played the game. I mean, I got it. It was one of the free games a couple months ago on PlayStation Plus. I mean, it's all right. It's not the greatest. I still think Friday the 13th game was better than that, but it's the Texas Chainsaw game was also it really wasn't that great of a film or a great of a game to me, in my opinion. I know some people play it like for 6 hours a day, and I just. To me, I don't, like to play games like that for a long time. I know when they revealed, which I'll be talking about the new Resident Evil 9 Requiem game that was just revealed yesterday at Summer Game Fest. I'll be making a video on that maybe tomorrow or something. But I have to find some time to play that game. It's gonna have to be on the weekends only, because I can't play those action survival horror games during the weekday because I work afternoons. So, I mean, gaming, you barely see any gaming on this channel unless it's like if I have something going on. If I don't have anything going on the weekend, I'll sometimes play it. But, you know, I know we had some couple of games, like some people gamers that would subscribe to my channel, and just that's why when I make my description on my channel, I do outdoors, I do movies, I do live stream gaming, but not too often with live stream gaming. Like here we go, Leatherface is at his sewing machine. He's sewing Kemper's face up, and we do get to see his face fought that mask for the very first time. He looks weird. He didn't look nothing like that in the TC in the beginning. Of course, he had like that Hannibal Lecter a half mask guy, where it comes around the nose and around the mouth and that. Here he's really gonna psych out this guy right here, out of the in ring. I mean, Seraphodius, he's gonna psych out this guy. This guy, I mean, I'd be scared to death myself too, man. I'd be shaking too. I mean, there's something tripped out about this sheriff here. Something's not right. Something's off. What he's wanting him to do is to move even where she was sitting at, so he can get a visual as to what happened. And he knows what happened. He's just he's just playing mind games with this guy right here. I need to get a distinct image of what went down here. What did she do next? She shot herself, that's what he's saying. Oh, she shot herself, yeah. You don't say how. What do you mean, how? That is so scary. You're gonna fucking lie, that ain't no hole. The bottom of her chin. She stuck the goddamn weapon into her mouth. Show me how she did it. He wants him to put the gun in his mouth and show him, and he was going to try to kill him here. You ain't lying to me again, are you? Because I have never seen a weapon without somebody's finger on the fucking trigger. Morgan is his name. If he shoots me, you're accomplice to murder. I would have shot that. I would have shot that SOB anyway. Because I don't think he's a real cop. He's not a real cop. Real cops don't act like that. There's one that's really loaded. Man, was he wicked. That scene, that scene when I saw it for the very first time, when I saw this for the very first time, and I saw that scene, it was so on the edge. And I was on the edge of my seat, especially when he says, "Get the fuck away from me," when they're taking the Morgan away, when he's taking Morgan away. "55 minutes into the film. It's moving along great." Oh, man. No matter what he does, he's trying to escape, but it does no good. I have rights. Oh, he hits him in the face with that liquor bottle. Well, he knocks his front teeth out. Look at that shit. Well, we got something else in common now, man. Ain't that something? He's missing two front teeth, and we find out how Hoyt misses two front teeth. Because we found that out in TCM in the beginning. Man, I love how he got his ass kicked in that too, man. It was really good. He gets his ass ran over by Earn quite a few times. Trying to do something with that to try to get it started. Nothing's happening. Hot wire. Yeah, that's so eerie, the whole light and stuff, the lighting, at night with the house. And oh, he throws him into the mud, man. Kicks the shit out of him and everything. And I always think that is the most scariest thing when somebody's doing this to you and you don't even know who the hell they are, you don't even know why the hell they're even doing this to you. She's going to hotwire it and boom, this guy, he is coming. Tire comes off, flying off. Oh, man. Oh, there he comes, right to the back. Oh. Oh, 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 man. Here we go. He's going to come right, he's going to saw right through that right there. And I like the sparks coming off the chainsaw. That's a really cool effect. we're gonna get the big reveal. It's gonna have Kemper's face on him. Oh, he got her. Oh, here we go. I love this scene coming up. And it's Kemper's face. Look at that. He really psyched her out. Look at that. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man. Here we're getting like a re-imaging of the Sally chase scene here. Well, that's really cool. I mean, I don't know if that was really Andrew Bernarski doing all the running scenes with the chainsaw, but if it was, man, I mean, good job to him. 'Cause I know those chainsaws can be kind of heavy. It comes to this. Erin goes to this mobile home trailer right here. This is the introduction to the tea lady. And this other woman. They're looking at her. They're looking at her like they ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah, it's because they're related to them. They really made them look really, really down degraded and freaking homeless looking. And this skinnier woman, the one with the very, very short hair, I can imagine what she looks like all dialed up and makeup and stuff. I can imagine what she actually looks like all dialed up makeup and stuff. I can imagine what she would look like. But they did a really good job because you can tell she's really freaky looking because you know something's not right here. Talking about Leatherface, he's got a skin disease. I would never ever take anything to drink from somebody that I don't know because you never know what they're going to put into it. And I think I think you guys kind of know what I'm talking about here. What this woman is doing here, this woman is basically put something inside that drink for Earn, and they drug her. Of course, she lies about they don't have a telephone. They're a little intense. Yeah, she's starting to feel weird. She knows that she was drugged. Here's the telephone. Yeah. You don't look so good. I thought you said you didn't have a phone. Yeah, that's not her. That's not your baby. And they stole that baby like they found Leatherface in a trash can in TCM in the beginning. Or not a trash can, but a dumpster. Yeah, everything's gonna be fine real soon. Yeah, right. This scene here I thought was really weird because I thought, you got Arlie Emmer right here. He's on the couch right above her, and he's sitting in his underwear. I'm like, did he try to wing it out and give it to her or what? I mean, and these guys are perverted, man. I know you're kind. Nothing but cruelty and ridicule for my boy. All the time he was growing up. Does anybody care about me and my boy? And it's weird because it was almost like a Friday the 13th moment, Mrs. Voorhees moment right there when she said that. Like, doesn't anybody care about me and my boy? But you have people like that are going to go ahead and take it out on people that had nothing to do with any of that. I mean, that's how, like I said, that's how fucked up this world really is, guys. I mean, these characters are not supernatural. They're not like Freddy or Jason. I think you might be able to call Michael Myers supernatural a little bit. But these guys here, because Leatherface is just a human being. I mean, you can kill him. Uh, Same thing like Sheriff White here, or the cook from the original film, or the hitchhiker from the original film. But there are some whacked out, tripped out people out there that are in this world that are like that. But it's dangerous, and you don't know who they are. They can be walking amongst you. You can be in a store in the same aisle with someone like this, and you wouldn't even know it. That's why when I go ahead and if I'm going to get to know somebody, I like to get to know them, get to know and talk to them more before I do anything, like hang out with them, or say if I do a live stream with them, I want to get to know them more before I do anything like that. Because yeah, there's a lot of sick people out in this world, man, and there's tons of them, and you know, and not all of them are behind bars. And this is pretty much a good example of what I'm talking about, because you can have sick fucks like this that do this type of shit, and they're never caught. And she's trying to pull her buddy off the hooks. She can't do nothing. And this is when he tells her, just just end me now. Yeah, he knows he's dead. He just wants her to kill her, end it. Put him out of his misery. I mean, if I was in that situation where I was him, I honestly think it's kind of hard to say, but I think I would rather have that too, instead of just bleeding out and dying out like that. And but it's got to be. It's hard. It's a heart wrenching moment for Erin here too, because she knows she has to kill one of her friends because he doesn't want to go through the suffering anymore. There's nothing she can do for him. Oh! But Morgan's still alive. It's like a dungeon down in there. I mean, I kid you not. It's like he's got like what is it, a furnace thing right there, right in front of the bathtub. Here comes the little kid here, Judd Dial. Oh gosh. Here comes the him waving the chainsaw around. Oh, little kid with the lantern running. Oh. Yeah, I mean the way they did the way they did like the fog here is just the lighting, just the picture quality is amazing. I couldn't even imagine what this is going to look like in August on 4K. Again, guys, I'll tell you right now. This between this and TC in the beginning, this is the better of the two. An old rundown home looks like they're in, and he's just cutting right through that door like it's nothing. Yeah, she's gonna hide right in there. And here he comes. Uh oh. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Here we go. Oh! Oh! I think if he would have had his hands untied, he would have put up a better fight. I think with the factor of fighting someone, because if they're like a different size, you have to take into factor you get a smaller person versus a bigger one. It all goes by the size, the strength, and the power, and you got to figure out how you're going to go ahead and take on somebody like that. But yeah, that's here we go. The run, one of the most famous chase scenes right here. They're trying to re-image it from the original film. They do a fairly good job. That scene's supposed to mirror when the truck driver throws that big wrench at him, and he falls, and the chainsaw basically cuts part of his into his thigh. Bear Meat Company. It's where he used to work at. It's where Leatherface used to work. She's in there. Let's see what time it is. Face to Ace Exploration. How's everything going? The movie is almost over, man. I hope everything's going great for you. We're at 2:08 in the afternoon. Started this thing. I was originally going to start it at around 12 noon, but something came up. But that's okay. I'm going to get this in, and this is going to be the only live stream I'm doing tonight. Not doing any more. After dinner, I'll be doing some workouts here at the house, and then it was supposed to rain earlier, man, but I would have went kayaking today, but it said in the on the internet it was supposed to rain, but so far it hasn't. So, but I got it's supposed to rain tomorrow too. They said, but we'll see. But I'm gonna hit the gym after I get out of church, and then go kayaking Monday. Try to get some fish underwater on film. But yeah, we're in the meat scene. I don't know, Face, I don't know if you're still here, but did you ever see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from 2003? It's definitely some really good stuff. I mean, I like it better than the beginning. Just a notification that popped on my phone. That's sound you guys probably heard. And she's hiding right in between that meat thing. Oh man. It's freezing. If that door shuts, man, she's gonna freeze to death in there. Oh! That meat cleaver. It's weird that meat place shut down, but they got the pigs still alive in the cages still. I mean, to me, I'm kind of blown away by that. But she's hiding in one of the lockers. I was thinking about this. That'd be really cool if Jessica be able to do a convention. That mask was so menacing looking. He's going to go from door to door on these. It's funny how he's looking in him once he opens the door, how he's looking inside of him. It's pretty funny. Here we go. What's going to happen here? I believe he opens up one of the lockers and she comes out the other one and then really lays into him. Or is it she comes out right in front of him. No, yeah, she comes out the other way. She's not in that one, but she comes out right behind him in the other one and just hacks away at his arm. Now, if they were to do a sequel to this, if they would have done a sequel to this film, how would that actually go into play? Because he's missing an arm now. Yeah, she's getting the hell out of there. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Get the hell out of there while you can. Yeah, he's in so much pain now. He lost one of his arms. We get the truck driver in this, but it's not like the truck driver we had in the original film from 1974. But or it's like, hey, I think that would have been a really cool scene if they would have done it that way, but they didn't. When they do remakes, guys, they they do things differently than what the original film was. Now this scene that's coming up, we're getting to it. It's where the truck driver goes in to the barbecue place. He doesn't know it's the Hewitt family, but he goes in and explains that he's got a girl that's out of her mind in his truck. And I often wondered, after Earn does what she does with Sheriff White, runs over him, whatever happens to this truck driver. Yeah, she's gonna steal, kidnap she's gonna get the baby, to get the baby away from them because that's not their baby. They stole that baby from the previous victim, which I thought was really cool that that's what she did, because I think that would be the same thing I would do if I was in that situation there. I mean, I know that's not their kid, but then especially too, then you have no way of proving it because there's no really evidence. I don't know how that they would do that, but unless you adopt it, well, it's just a baby. But I mean, it doesn't know anything yet of what's even going on. I love how he tries to go climb up right up on top of the truck here. She's not there. But here she comes. Boom, hits him. And she decides to run back over him. Oh, nice try. They say the assholes in these films really get it the worst, and he does get it bad. Not once, not once, not twice, but for a third and final time. Here we go. Making sure that he's really dead. Payback's a bitch, my friend. There you are. You messed with the wrong woman. And here we go. Got the babies inside the car with her. Oh, and this is their version of the chainsaw dance. Hmm. The Hewitt residence. I like how they did this old type footage. We saw it in the beginning, now we see it again at the end with this cop here. Oh, yeah, that's wild. Travis County Police, 2 investigation officers were fatally wounded that day. This is the only known image of Thomas Hewitt, the man they called Leatherface. The case today still remains open. Directed by Marcus Snipple. This was a good movie, guys. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the live commentary in this one. Uh, Tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do Fantastic Four, the first film by Tim Story. Do something a little bit different, something that's non-horror. But definitely thinking about different things to do with like movies and stuff. And but yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. See you guys back in the next one.